Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hi, my name is Alyssa, and for today's video, I just really wanted to try out a couple of newer-ish products to my collection and just kind of like hang out and chill with you guys. Have a very chill day today. Most of the things that I'm trying out are not like brand new to the makeup market. They're just new to my collection. And currently I have a very heavy urge to declutter, so I want to try some of this stuff out to see if it beats out some things that I already have, what I kind of need to move around in my collection. Is it stuff that I'm going to truly hold on to, etc, etc. So I figured we would just hang out today. Like I said, it's not a ton of new stuff because I want to truly see how the products work on my skin. I didn't want to do like a full face of new makeup because I feel like when I do those, I can't really tell how I truly feel about a product because so much new is happening. And so I hope that makes sense. I'm pretty excited. So we're just gonna go ahead and kind of dive on into it. The first thing I am going to use for my primers, so I don't have a full size, I'm going to use a sample of the Tatcha, the Liquid Silk Canvas Primer. I've had this for a little bit and I wanted to buy this as a full size. But as many of you guys know, I've been working on really using up the stuff in my collection. I have a ton of primers in general, and I have primers already on deck that are new to my collection for me to try once I'm done with some stuff. And so it's super difficult to want to open up new things, but I want to try this out. I want to see if I like it. I do have the original Silk Canvas by Tatcha, the one in the tub. It's not a bad primer. It's certainly not my favorite. I definitely don't think it's worth the amount of money that I paid for it when I got it, but we're going to try this today because I just kind of want to see what it's about. A lot of people said that this was better than the original, so we're gonna give it a go today. And this will be good because if I like it and I decide to declutter something else, then I will know. Okay, ooh, I think I'm gonna do too much if I'm not careful. It's the only bad thing about a sample packet. Some sample packets are really generous and some are not. It literally smells the exact same as the original one. I know most of you have probably already seen it or tried this, but like I said, I have not taken the time to go buy it because I did not want to spend that kind of money again when I have not even remotely close to finish the first one that I have. So let's see. Stuff like this just makes me realize like how much of a chokehold the beauty community can really put on all of us when people hype stuff up and then you feel like you have to have it and all of a sudden you're like, was that really worth anything that they were saying? I don't know. All right, so put that on. That feels pretty good on the skin, I'm not going to lie. Let me get my little up close and personal mirror here. I like the way it felt. It doesn't look like it really like filled in my pores crazy or anything, but we'll see as we move along. Also, I don't know how well you can see it from how far I've got you pushed back, but I have a crater popping up on my face right here that was not there before I went to sleep last night. So I'm not sure what happened, but we're gonna keep moving. I finally broke down and bought the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter little doodad. This is in the shade 3 Fair. I bought this little thing for $15. When I tell you that this little thing right here is a complete and utter ripoff for the amount of product you get in here and the amount I paid for it, honey child, it is a ripoff. So I feel like if you're definitely someone that really, really likes it or you want to try it out, you're just better to get the bigger version and then return it if you don't like it because this is jacked for $15. I will tell you that I have tried this just one other time really quick, not on camera though, and I don't think that I like it. I'm not going to lie to you, but so the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to put this primarily in my high points. I feel like that was way too much over there. And I'm just gonna kind of put it on my high points because I do have more oily skin and I definitely just don't want it to go everywhere. I'll move it down my cheeks a little bit. I don't know if maybe it's the color that I don't like. I went with a slightly darker one than the one that most people get because my skin is a little bit deeper. But I don't know. I truly think that between this and the Charlotte Tilbury Glow Beauty Light Wand, I think so far between the one time I've tried this and this, I truly think this is way better than this. And I don't know if this is supposed to be like a primer or just literally like a liquid highlighter thing. If it's supposed to be a liquid highlighter thing, it definitely sucks compared to my Beauty Light Wand. This gives me excellent results. I feel like it's just blends better into the skin. I like the applicator a lot better. So I don't know. You guys can educate me in the comment section, because I'm not exactly sure the purpose of this, if literally all I'm doing with it is all I'm supposed to do with it, but I feel like once I blend it in, it's not bad. I definitely think I did good by going with a slightly darker version, especially as like summertime rolls around for me, because I feel like the other one would have been a little too light. But like I said, I just, I don't know. I feel like it's just about the same thing as this, and I love this versus anything else. But so that's it on the skin there. Definitely not bad. So for foundation and like normal base products here, I am going to use my NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation. I am in the shade Buff. I'm going to use my e.l.f. Camo Hydrating Camo Concealer. I'm in the shade Fair Beige. And I'm just going to set it with my Jeffree Star setting powder. This is like my favorite setting powder right now. So I'm just going to use those for my base, and I'm just going to do that real quick. Okay, so now that I am back and looking ridiculously lifeless, I'm so excited for this next product. I wasn't going to test it out in today's video, but I just couldn't stay not using it any longer. So this is not a new product. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, but this is in the deep bronzer shade. So I got this after they did their shade expansion. I used to love the original butter bronzer. I used that thing up like it was my lifeline. And so I was so excited to see when they somewhat expanded their shade range. I just took it out of the packaging. The packaging is 10 times cuter than it freaking used to be. I literally cannot even like look how cute it is. I love the gradient and everything, and I'm so excited. Ooh, I do like why it has this little clicky thing. Oh man, I'm so, oh yeah. Oh my gosh, it feels like I should have a drink and be hanging out somewhere. So this thing, this weird little, okay, so I used to understand, didn't they used to have like a brush in the bottom? This is some weird little sponge thing. We're just gonna throw that away, because that don't need to be in there at all. Like, Does have the mirror underneath. We love to see it. But we're gonna try this out. So I'm just gonna use this crown brush. I don't know what kind it is, but it just looks like this, and we're going to give it a go. Oh. Oh my god, I love the smell of this. So I do like that. I like the color a lot. I honestly can't remember like the original one super well, because it's been out of my collection for a very long time at this point. And so I'm not sure like how much different this looks on me than the original used to look. I will say I do like the color. I do like the undertone. It is pulling a little bit more like warm, but still being pretty neutral. And so I do really like it. So yeah, I'm excited that I finally opened this and I'm using it. And I'll be excited to, as I continue to use my other bronzers, kind of re-comparing it to the things that I've been using for the longest time now, because I don't know, it still blends just as beautiful as I remember though. So I like that formula. It's not super, super cheap when it comes to like what you would think of a drugstore pricing, but it is a good bronzer. It's like just a really reliable bronzer. That's the reason I like it so much. And so for blush, we're just gonna pop on something relatively neutral, just because we're gonna be bumping into the eyes here in a few minutes. So I'm just gonna use my LA Girl Just Peachy blush. I think that's gonna be like one of my safer options, and it's been a minute since we've worn her. So we're just gonna pop this right up here. And this blush literally goes perfect with literally anything that I do. And I will say just a quick thought on the Charlotte Tilbury. So the whole time I was like putting on my powder and all that stuff, I literally could not see any of like this glow underneath there, which I'm not gonna lie to you, was royally making me so mad, because what's the point? So right now in this lighting, for whatever reason, I guess after I've added some more color to my cheeks, I definitely can see where it's like naturally highlighting me. I still, at this moment in time, and standing on the fact that my like light wand is way better than that, but we'll continue to see how it goes as the video progresses, because I'm just not sure what in the name of the good googly moogly. I've got way too much crap, you guys. Like, I cannot fit my stuff in my drawers. Like, when I tell you I am about to declutter, I am about to declutter. I have had enough. Okay. Moving into eyes, this is one of the things I'm most excited about. So I picked up this Violet Voss fun-sized Sweet Violet palette during the Sephora sale. Let me take a little thing out of it, and this is what it looks like. So these colors are super fun, super springy. Not really what you would assume that I would wear now, but I want to play with this so bad. I was so excited about it when I got it in. Start off with this one and kind of see how it goes. They does not have any shade names or anything like on the back or in the palette, so you're just gonna have to go with my descriptions. So this is an extremely light shade, as you guys can see. I really want to try and use a ton of these purples. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a slightly smaller type of a fluffy brush. Let's see, it's like a M433. And I'm going to dip into this somewhat like pinky shade here. And we're going to start, we're going to keep this, whoa, the pigment on that. We're going to keep this pretty high in the crease though, because I'm really going to be trying to layer here, okay? So we're going to dip this like right here. Whoa, the pigment on that one is pretty good. And this is like, this is no pressure. It's applying no pressure. I don't know what my lighting is doing. I am so sorry, you guys. I don't know if it's because my hair is more pulled back, but it is washing me all the way out over there. So you know what, we're just gonna work around it. So I'm tired of fussing with it. I don't know if it's because like the clouds keep moving and my camera doesn't know what to do, but you'll get a good look at it at the end, don't worry. Whoa, that thing is pink. It is pink. I am going to take probably like an even smaller type of a fluffy brush. This in and of itself is a Luxie 121 mini tapered brush, and I am going to dip it into like the deeper purple down here, the matte, and I'm gonna start working this on this outer kind of like portion of the eye. The Anastasia Beverly Hills Lash Brag Volumizing Mascara. I have a little sample of it. I think it's so cute because it literally kind of reminds me of my Fenty Beauty Full Frontal Mascara, like the packaging. And my Fenty Beauty Full Frontal Mascara is one that I actually just put in my empties because, girl, it was time. Okay, I have been using and abusing her. So we're going to go ahead and curl my lashes because I curl my lashes no matter what each and every time we're going to apply this mascara together. And I'm not sure what the claims of this mascara are, but I'll write it on the screen for you. I did not even want to bother looking it up. But so this is what the wand looks like. It's definitely a pretty solid wand. It doesn't look bad. Formula doesn't look too goopy or anything, at least off the initial pull out of the container. I am gonna just go ahead and like stick it back in there and kind of like close it and reopen it, because I feel like whenever you pull a mascara wand out of the thing for the first time, there ain't hardly no mascara on it because she was just sitting in there. So this is after a double dip. We're gonna give it a go here. Okay, so that's one coat on that eye. It's definitely not bad. I don't know that I would say it's giving me a ton of like volume per se on the one coat. because in all honesty, it just looks like my lashes are darker than this one based on like up close and how they're looking. But so I'm gonna do another one coat on the other eye, and then I'll do 2 on this one and kind of compare them real quick. So okay, so now we're sitting with 2 coats on this eye. Just on the top, I only do 1 coat on the bottom because girl, I ain't got time. But 2 coats on this one, 1 on this one. I do think that it's looking a little bit better. Maybe even just my first dip wasn't enough mascara. I will say that the formula feels a little bit more dry. It's not very liquidy or wet, which is good for not getting things like on your eyelid after all your hard work. But it does take a little bit more finagling to get the product on there because, you know, you gotta do a little bit more work. I am gonna go ahead and put another coat on this eye, but I will tell you, I personally am not a fan of mascaras that require more than 1 coat for any reason, because girl, I'm lazy. Like, no thank you. I do think it's relatively volumizing when you put more than 1 coat on it. I think with just 1 coat, it looks just kind of like any other mascara, which if you're gonna wear falsies with it and things like that is totally fine. It just depends on what it is you're looking for. But more than 1 coat definitely kind of gives it that little bit of like va-va-voom. So I like it after 2 coats. I just don't like the fact that I had to do 2 coats. I won't lie, I don't love the wand. I think I've been really spoiled with some of my favorite mascaras whose wands I just find are way better. It is kind of like my Fenty Beauty Full Frontal Mascara, but that wand is shaped differently, so it allows you to get more in the inner and outer corners, where like this one is a little bit more difficult. And my favorite mascara of all time is the Benefit Bang, which has that like really skinny kind of silicone-y wand, which makes it way easier just to coat every lash in general. So this is not a bad mascara. I'll definitely use it. And then we need a lip. So I do have a couple of like newer lip products to me. I have the Dominique Cosmetics Nude Cocoa lipstick, which I think is going to be too dark for this look, but we'll pop her on real quick and just see how we feel. Oh yeah, way too dark for what I've got going on. Kind of looks like I have a mustache right there, doesn't it? Haha, love that for me. So let's just go ahead and get rid of that. I do have this as well, this MAC Retro Matte Liquid Lip Color in Lady Be Good. I will try and use, because it's a little bit lighter. Let's see here. I don't think I've ever tried one of their, oh child. Oh, it's like macaroni and cheese lips. Oh man, that is something right there. That requires a lip liner. Okay guys, so this is the completed makeup look. I absolutely love it now that it's all complete. I feel like that's how I feel with most of my makeup looks. I'm not satisfied until the very freaking end of it. I don't necessarily know that the eyeshadow with the shirt color I chose to wear today was necessarily moved, but I don't care because overall I think it's pretty enough. And honestly, I don't know what it is, like what energy I'm giving, but don't I look like a boss bitch? Like literally it looks like I've got to be like CEO, Fortune 500, like multi-millionaire, just like eat men for breakfast kind of a thing. It's the fact that my hair is washed and like my shoulders are broad, so it looks like I'm kind of dressier than I am. I love it. I love the vibes. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna stop looking at myself in the viewfinder. Moving along, let's talk about the products that were new to me that I tried out today. Let's kind of give you my thoughts and opinions on them. So the first thing is the Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas. So I didn't even realize, but on the back it does say a featherweight oil-free liquid silk primer that makes makeup last longer while keeping it out of the skin, helping to minimize clogged pores and breakouts. So interesting, the fact that it's not really meant to like, it's just meant to kind of help your makeup like, I don't like the word sit on top of the skin because I don't feel like my makeup looks like it's sitting on top of my skin. But that is super interesting. I don't know that, I guess I've literally ever heard a primer say that it's keeping the makeup out of your pores. I know that it fills in your pores to make your skin look smooth, but I don't recall ever using a primer where the purpose of the primer is to keep the makeup from sitting in your skin, I guess, to keep your skin more clear, which is super interesting. I feel like my makeup looks pretty dang good. I feel like my skin looks pretty smooth. Obviously, I am struggling with a bunch of breakouts and things right now, but I mean, whatever. And I didn't use a super full coverage foundation, so I actually hate this. I don't know if I'll like buy a full one or anything like that. If you guys have used this particular primer, let me know what you think for long term. I may pick it up at some point. I'd have to wear it longer than I have now simply to know, but it may be worth a pickup during like a sale or something to see, especially as I'm clearing out more of my primers. But I don't know, I don't feel like my makeup looks bad, and if I used it more consistently versus one time, I wonder if I would notice a difference in maybe the level of my breakouts or anything from my makeup. It'd be hard to tell. So if you've noticed a difference, I would love to know, and I think anybody in the comment section would also love to know that, because that's a really specific claim. So yeah. Moving along, the other thing is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. You guys gotta let me know about this. I don't know a ton about this product. I know a ton of people rave about this product. I know they love it. I know again that I got a slightly different shade, but again, I have deeper skin. So I only put it in my high points. I feel like my highlight looks good, but I am wearing a powder highlight on top of it. I did show you earlier in the video where you could see it peeping through my powders and everything, so it's not like it was overbearing there. I don't know if this is supposed to be kind of like a primer or just a liquid highlighter. If it's simply just kind of like a liquid highlighter, girl, I don't get it, okay? I just don't think it is as good, because there are plenty of times, like at the end, I felt like I needed a powder highlighter. There are plenty of times when I wear my Beauty Light wand, like I already talked about, and this just completely shines through after all of my powder. Now, I am someone, of course, who has oily skin. I have to set my face with powder. There is no... I'm not going to look just like dewy without a lot of work. I can make my skin look dewy. I can make it look dewy and make it last, but it's just not something where I could just like not put on powder and then just like be okay. Because girl, it would just slip and slide right off my face. But like I said, the light wand kind of shines through all of my powder, and I can sometimes not even use a powder highlight and feel like I am wearing one, where I feel like this one is a lot more subtle, so it's not giving me the same. Correct me if I'm wrong, correct me if I need to try it a different way. I'm open to continuing to use it, but it's right now, I just think it's kind of overhyped and overpriced. But let me know, because I don't mind being corrected. I don't mind if maybe I didn't use it right. It's not like I looked into it. I just know a lot of you guys like to wear it. So definitely give me your tips or tricks. And maybe it's just the fact that I have more oily skin. So who knows? What else was new? What else was new to me? The bronzer. I like it. I think my skin looks great. I think that the bronzer melted in beautifully into my skin. I think the color was an excellent choice. This probably does actually work better for my skin than the original one, because the original one was fairly light. I do remember I used to have to put a lot of it on. It never looked powdery or bad. I feel like I got to use less of it today, but I like the way it looks, so I'm satisfied with this. I also love the way it smells, and I think the packaging is a major upgrade from what I remember, so I love that. The mascara. I kind of already went pretty in-depth on the mascara. I don't think the mascara is bad. It did not get on my lids, which I definitely thought it would, as I kind of had to like really dig up in there. I'm gonna wear it more. I'm gonna know more over time. So far, it didn't like give me any flakes. It's not flaking off. It didn't like get my eyelids dirty, like I said. So I'm not mad at it. It doesn't beat out some of my current favorite things that I'm used to using. So I don't foresee myself like purchasing it, but I do like how after I added the 2 coats that you can definitely see my lashes. I don't feel like I had to put on lashes in order to make my eyes look decent. All right, so next, the eyeshadow palette. I love this a lot. I love the way that the look turned out. I love the colors. They blend so beautifully together. Like, I really had no issues other than the one that I mentioned, which pretty much kind of corrected itself as I built up the look a little bit more. And so it could be like my eyelid has a dry patch and I just was made aware of it today. I don't know. It's hard when they don't do it on both eyes, because then you're like, is it me or is it the eyeshadow? So hard to tell. I'll know as I continue to play with it, but I like the way that the look turned out. I think it was super, super pretty. I mentioned this when I hauled it, but Voss has quite a few of these like little fun size palettes of different color stories. So if maybe like purples and pinks aren't your thing, you can totally check out a different one. I try to clear of like smaller neutral palettes because I have a ton of neutrals already. But I really did like the way that it looked. I liked that I used pretty much almost every shade. I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of a 10 pan palette for this look. So I used almost every one. And I liked the way it looked. I think it looks very in-depth when really it wasn't hard to create at all. So I like it a lot. I definitely would recommend this to you guys. I don't think I've ever had another Violet Voss palette in my collection ever. They used to be really popular when I first started doing makeup. I know like Laura Lee had one and they had a bunch of bigger ones, and I don't think I've ever had one, and I don't think I have one now. So this was a fun little thing to try. I definitely recommend them, especially if you can get them on sale, because it wasn't that expensive in general. All right, so the last thing to talk about was the lip product. So I will go ahead and mention I have worn the Dominique Cosmetics Bullet Lipstick off camera one other time. I do like the color. I think the formula is nice. I'm not a big bullet lipstick wearer. I prefer liquid lipsticks. That's just kind of what I like. But it was really, really nice, and I love, 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 love the packaging on this. Like, I think that it looks so sleek. As far as the MAC Retro Matte Liquid Lip Color, holy cow, that's a tongue twister. I like MAC lipsticks. I think they are super, super nice. It is hard to tell about the formula today because I did slap a lip gloss over it. I don't think the color is my favorite, but again, I just didn't want to change it. I don't think it looks bad. I don't know how long this will truly last in my collection just for the shade alone. The formula, guys, let me know. I won't know because I don't know that I can really wear this on its own. I can maybe try a lip liner and work it as well, but I'm also not someone that loves wearing lip liners. I am so lazy, you guys, when it comes to makeup. Like with my mascara, I want to do one coat, I want to be finished. With my lips, I do not want to have to wear a lip liner to make a lip color work for me. I want to pop on a lip color. I don't mind mixing lip colors at all, and I don't mind adding lip glosses, but I don't know what it is about me and a lip liner girl. It'd be too much work. So I don't think this looks bad. Hard for me to speak on the formula. But anyways, you guys, that is all for today's video. I would love to know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below on the look in general, and as well on any of the new to me products that I mentioned in this video. Definitely give me any tips or tricks, anything that I may have missed or could do differently with some of these products. But thank you so much for being here. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!